wet, 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 wet.
Hey guys, welcome back to one of my videos, and in this video, it's completely different because it's not makeup related at all. And I show you how I achieve and how I got my goddess faux locks. And I did this all myself. It took me quite some time. I'm not gonna say how long it took me, but it wasn't hours, we'll say days. It was my first time doing it, so it took longer than expected. So far I am liking the style. It's honestly easy to do. It's just very, very time consuming, but it is a very great protective style, and also just great for the winter time as well, because you know the cold, as we roll into winter, when it gets cold, it's just more brittle towards our hair. So this is a great way to protect your hair. Yeah, I did it myself because I was looking to get someone to do it, but this is not cheap to get done. And I just came to the point where I'm like, really, let's just do it ourselves. Let's just try to do it ourselves. You know, let's save some money, and I did. So yeah, so if you want to see how I got these faux locks, just keep on watching.
Okay, so I'm just going to take a section of my hair. As you can see, I did very small parts for this, not the tiniest, but you know, I didn't want such big faux locks. I'm going to be taking the Murray's Edge Wax, and I'm just going to apply that to my roots. This is honestly optional. I just did this so I can have it as neat as possible and so everything just smooth nicely. And then with that section, I'm going to braid my own hair. I know when I did my research that some people, they braided with extensions, and I was going to do that originally, but I also realized and saw that this was a lot quicker of a method opposed to taking the time to put in extensions with this too. Just trying to change your life. I'm just trying to change your life. Okay, so my braid is now complete, so I'm going to move on to my next step. So I'm going to take a crochet needle like so. It's best to do your braids not as tight because I need to basically fit this needle on basically like the base of my braid. You make sure that the latch is open, and I'm just going to slide that through the root or the base area. Just wanna change your life. Okay, and for my Marley hair, I'm going to be taking Climax hair in the color number 4, and I'm going to take 2 strands of that. You could take 1, but I prefer 2. And then for my curls, or those curls you see at the end, I'm going to be taking the Freetress hair in Bohemian curl in number 4. Put all those strands together, and I'm basically going to create how long I want my lock to be. So you do that by taking your Marley hair, and you kind of just determine how long you want that to be. Then I'm going to twist everything together in the center just so it can hook on nicely onto my latch or the hook. I'm going to put that on. I'm going to close the latch, and I'm going to slide it through my hair. You pull that partly through, and then you're going to take the next half of that, pull that completely through, and it should look like something like this. And then basically what you want to do next is you gather all the strands all together, and then you leave one strand out, which would be the Marley hair, and that would be the longest strand. So I'm going to wrap that around the base about 2 to 4 times just to make sure that it is secure, and then we're going to just wrap it all the way down. Make sure that you're wrapping and overlaying everything. Be careful not to twist. That was my mistake when I first started my first lock. So you just want to make sure you're holding you want to make sure the hand that you're holding everything with, that it doesn't move and it stays as firm as possible. And you're literally taking the other hand and just literally going over everything. Oh, baby. Bitch, you out of line, why you waste my time? I'm trying to smoke, trying to get high, see it in my eye. I know she playing both sides, that bitch telling lies. But my dick give her a high, she down for the ride. Them hating bitches kill the vibe, fuck you, live your life. Bad bitches in Hawaii, umbrella with ice. In this next part, if you ever run out of hair as you're wrapping, I'm just taking another strand. I'm gonna kind of hook or wrap that around where I left off and just continue wrapping. But again, make sure you do about 2 to 3 wraps around where you kind of hooked it to make sure that's secure, if that made sense.
10 bad bitches on my side, make them on my wife. Smoking.
Okay, so once you come close to the end, or once you come close to where you want to end, you're now going to do the opposite, and you're going to wrap that marley hair back upwards, and you're going to wrap that up until you have literally no hair left.
She like China White, popping all these pills.
And to secure things, you can take some nail glue, which I did. I'm just going to run that towards the bottom, or like where that hair ended. You can also use a lighter, which I had to do at one point, and then I'm just going to roll it in between my hands.
She said she used to it, she wanna go way up. Okay, baby, if you're used to it, and I know that you were grown.
Okay, I just wanted to show you another one, you know, just make sure we get this down packed. Again, we take my section, my braid, we take the crochet needle, we put that through the base, take our 2 strands like so, as well as our curly piece. That's if you're doing the goddess locks. Of course, if you're just doing regular locks, you're just going to take marley hair. Hook that onto my crochet needle, and I'm going to pull that through.
And I know that you know what you're doing. Wait.
Okay, and then you pull that one side completely through, and then you have 2 sections like so, and you grab everything in one hand except one piece, which would be the marley hair. That would be your longest piece, and you're going to wrap that around the base. Remember, 2 to 4 times, and then you're going to continue wrapping downwards. Also, what I forgot to mention, with the marley hair that I'm using to wrap, when I kind of finish that, and if there's any more marley hair kind of peeking out of the section I'm doing, if that makes sense, I'll kind of take that and I'll continue wrapping. If there's still a bit more peeking out, I'll take that and I'll keep on wrapping. To hold it all down, I'm just taking the nail glue again. I'm going to apply that and just roll it between my hands. I probably used too much nail glue than I should have, just because I was just paranoid. But now I realized that this block was too long for me. I kind of did this along the way, and I'm just going to cut off that excess hair that I want off, because I didn't want it too long. Okay, and there you guys have it. We have 2 completed faux locks, so that's how they be looking. I also have these faux locks in for about a week and a half to 2 weeks when I recorded this video. So I'm just showing you how a newer faux lock, how stiff it is compared to an older one that I have. So I'm just showing you that it does become looser over time. I just gotta give it some time. Okay, and this stuff is optional to add on some jewelry just to kick things up if you want to. I wasn't too big on it, but I'm just putting this white string or white yarn around one of my locks. And then I'm showing you this clip that I put on. To be honest with you, I only put the white string on for the purpose of this video. I wasn't too big on jewelry.
I'm a king, baby.
Okay, that's it, guys. That's how I did my goddess faux locks. Everyone's completely different based on how they do theirs, but I hope you took something away from my video, and I hope you enjoyed watching. This was definitely worth saving my coin, you know, my dollars, but I don't know if it was so much worth, you know, all the time though. But overall, there's nothing wrong with saving some money. Make sure you guys subscribe to your girl by clicking below, like this video, share, comment, all that great stuff, and I'll see you in my next video. Thank you so much for watching, guys.
Don't play with base, it's breaking news. She got 50 pointers on her neck.